use any props that feel supportive right now. And I will guide you through a little bit of breath. And then we'll start transforming. Okay. So once you find yourself fully settled in, notice if there's any parts of your body that, just they're speaking to you. It doesn't matter what they're saying. Just listen in. Is there something that could be more comfortable? Could there be a little bit of additional support under your hips if you have a blanket maybe? Or do you feel like you're really with it and you're happy with where you're at? And now start to tune in to the way that your breath feels inside of your body. Just breathing normal. We're not changing it in this particular moment, but just notice it. Is it shallow? Is it deep? Is there any restrictions in your breathing? I know I've been feeling a little bit restricted in my throat with my own breathing, so just notice. Now we'll bring a hand to your heart and a hand to your belly and just start breathing in at your own pace, just breathing in through your nose, trying to raise your chest and then exhale at your own pace. We'll do that a few more times, in through the nose, out through the mouth at your own pace. Yeah, you can make any sounds that want to come out. I firmly believe that when we come to the yoga room, we're choosing to be here together, which means we're also choosing to hear each other a little bit. We're choosing to breathe together, right? So don't be shy. If sounds need to come out in order for your body to fully release, that's what it is, and we are here to receive you. Okay, a little bit of guided breath here. We'll do the equal breathing where I count to 4 and I'll increase it to 5 and 6. And so we'll start with the inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to increase in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go to 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to do 2 more like that. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to inhale all the way as deep as you can and hold your breath. And when you think you can't inhale anymore, see if you can suck a little bit more air in, just a little, that little last little bit, and hold your breath here. You have everything you need inside the cells of your body. Your breath is radiating through every cell, all the tissues of your body. Good, keep holding. Keep holding, you've got this. Keep holding. All right, go ahead and exhale. I like to play around with holding the breath to see how much capacity I have in my body, how much willpower I have to stay the course, right? So just a little challenge there with holding the breath. Go ahead and come away from the wall. Actually, no, stay there. Stay there. I didn't read you the prayer. I didn't read you the prayer. Stay there. Feel free to change positioning a little bit if you want to. If you wanted to open your legs wide, stretch your arms out, anything that wants to happen, go right ahead. A prayer for honoring transformation. Thank you for this day of beautiful changing. It's actually wrong. Thank you for this beautiful day of changing. There we go. Beautiful day of changing. My shell is shifting, my skin shedding, and I am uncomfortable with what is leaving me. Help me find the language to describe the discarding, the bearing of my branches. Bring understanding so that I can welcome what is coming. When I am unsure about how to go forward, help me prepare for my new stage. Help me trust that I will love myself through it. Encourage me when the time is optimum to let go of what has passed. When those around me are not eager to know my restored original spirit, soften me with the realization that if I am uncomfortable with my changing, they must be too. Let me be an example of becoming more whole while I am leaving unneeded parts of my previous shape behind. Startle my senses with cellular renewal, awakening my purpose and direction. Move me through the dark nights and ease the pain of liquefaction inside the chrysalis. Excavate my soul's gestural poetry and help me find what is next with fluid movement. Unfurl my damp, untested wings and lift my willingness to the limitless skies. Rouse my interest in the world I am seeing with newborn vision. Reinforce my sacred commerce with the divine. Guide my hands to build altars to the portals of existence I can now pass through with ease. Protect me as I construct relationships that are more complex than those I have previously known. Strengthen my small shelter in the woods, my room of one's own to recreate, reinvent, and reimagine. Help me to weave healing medicine with my acquired gifts and experiences. Harmonize my fresh layer with knowing the meaning of this shift. Ease me through the other side and set me down delicately to fully embody my unusual, more me form. Clear me of any blockages that stop the flow of goodness from me and the flow of goodness to me. Salt me with grateful tears and cleansing rain. Bathe me in the distilled waters of evolution. The train is coming. I hear it. I hear the bells. All right, now go ahead and come away from the wall, roll over to one side, and come up to a seat. And we'll start with the yin postures. So go ahead and have your blocks handy. I'll let the train pass for a second. Okay, so let's start here with butterfly. So the soles of your feet come together, okay? And if you had a strap, you could even strap here and kind of be like this, or you could add blocks for a little bit of support. You want to feel a little bit of a stretch in here. You don't want it to be like too much. We kind of want it to be, so really without the blocks is better, because it lets create space for your legs to drop. But if it feels like it's becoming too much, then add the support, okay? And since you have a strap, that's good. But it would be like this, hands interlaced around your feet, using the resistance from your feet and your arms to create a little bit of space in your shoulders, maybe even rocking your head from side to side a little bit, just to notice if space wants to be created there. And if you're using a strap, then like pulling up and keeping your chest lifted so that you're not rounding, but you're staying lifted, and then hinging forward to any degree that feels like your magic sweet spot, okay? So there's no forcing here. Maybe explore tucking your chin towards your chest if that feels like something good for you. It feels good for me, but I've been sitting on a computer for many days in a row. So lots of upper body tension there, right? And so the invitation here is just to find some stillness inside of this. And there might be a little bit of discomfort, which is okay. Discomfort is okay. We breathe with discomfort. Pain, that's different. If there's any pain, if there's any pinching, stabbing, pulling, poking, that kind of thing, then we want to back out of the pose. So just notice your breath. This is an opportunity to get very present with yourself and notice what is happening in your world, in your internal landscape. What are the stories that are running through your head? Are you able to let go of them just for right now? You might notice that as you spend a little bit of time in the pose, that you that you get more space available to you. And if that's the case, you could slowly begin to hinge forward a little bit more. The goal is never to make our face touch our feet, right? That's not a goal of any kind. But it might be just to create a little bit more room in your hips. Maybe even closing your eyes down if that feels supportive. Thank you for this beautiful day of changing. My shell is shifting, my skin shedding, and I am uncomfortable with what is leaving me. Help me find the language to describe the discarding, the bearing of my branches. Bring understanding so that I can welcome what is coming. What I love about transformation is that it's always occurring. I don't think there's ever a time that we're not in some kind of transformation. It's just a matter of whether we recognize that it's happening. And we're going to be here for about 1 more minute. In fact, I need to get my clock going here so I can see the time. So what is currently transforming for you in your life? Are you even aware that it's happening? Maybe there's something that you're deeply aware of that's transforming, and maybe there's some background programs that are running, like on our computer. What's happening in the background? Is it supporting your transformation? Are there some tabs, some browsers that get to be closed down, some windows that need to be shut to allow the bandwidth to come through? We could go on this whole computer thing. I could make a whole yoga class out of it, I think. Okay, now start to bring yourself back up to your full seat. And we'll gently bring the legs in. You might feel like a 100-year-old lady. Go ahead and spread your feet wide, lean back and rock from side to side. And rock the legs, hinge. take some time here. So in yin yoga, this would be called a counter pose, right? So you take the pose and then you take counter poses. Yeah, and so this would be the counter pose. And then feel free to stretch your legs long, and if like patting your legs up and down feels good to kind of get the blood flowing there again, because you might have felt some numbness, yeah, some tingling, that's good. And so the reason why I love yin is because it supports healthy fluid around your joints. That's actually the purpose of yin yoga, and that's why we stay in the pose for a long time. And we don't go deep in the pose, right? So notice how we were here, and I wasn't asking you to try to like be or like press, you know, be any kind of forcing. No, it's a finding this, like the middle. You want to find the middle where you can sort of feel some stretching happening, but you're not like swimming in the deep end of it, okay? And that's where the magic happens. That's where when we stay for at least 3 minutes, little bursts of fluid start, little pockets of fluid start forming around your joints to give your joints more movement and your ligaments and tissues. And so it's very scientific, actually. I'm not scientific, but the practice is. So, okay. Let's go into, let's see, we went here. Hang on, I gotta think about this. We went here. Let's go into pigeon pose. Yeah. We're gonna go right in. So pigeon pose, and might be easier to get through downward facing dog. Yeah, I like to get to it through downward facing dog, and we'll start with you can start on whichever side you want to start on. It doesn't matter. We're gonna do both sides. So whichever leg you want to bring forward first, you're gonna bring it forward. And then take your blanket and put it underneath your booty of the leg that's forward. Yeah, exactly. Yes, get yourself some support for that. Yeah. Well, it could go there if it needed to, but what I'm suggesting is that we put it here, right? Because then it supports you in your hips moving forward so that you're not feeling like you're trying to fall back into your legs. Okay, and then now grab a block if you can reach it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we should be in some kind of a sweet spot here. Now the journey with the block could be something like this. It could end up being somewhere around here, right? Do you want your second block? I can grab it for you. You got it? Okay. Right, so the blocks are just an extension of our arms. Yeah, does it feel good having the blanket underneath you for support? Yeah, see, because without that blanket, you're struggling sometimes, especially if you're really tight in there, which I am, but I don't have anything handy right now, so. It's all good. I'm not here to practice, I'm here to teach. So I probably won't stay here very long in this with you, but it does feel very delicious right now for me too. Good, and so pigeon pose, I mean, this is like one of the deeper hip opening. And so opportunity here to close down your eyes, maybe drop your head. Let your upper body be heavy if it wants to be. And breathe into the discomfort that you're likely feeling here. It's okay if it's uncomfortable. One of my favorite artists, musicians, posted something on Instagram today, and I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to find it, and I usually don't pull up social media while I'm teaching. However, this is worthy of being shared. He says, lots of waves being made in the universal flow in these times. Feels are deep, and we are coming to find out what we are really made of, both collectively and as individuals. It's a time where what we've once viewed as a healthy way of handling situations, unpleasant emotions, and inconvenient life experiences are being uprooted. every rock turned over, so we may recalibrate into a higher way of being and co-creating on the world stage and within our personal lives. I know for myself I have been rocked with a cascading of uncomfortable personal events, exposing a new path for my own evolution, lots of life coming in fast and hard. But isn't that what we came here for? For the expansion, the challenge, the slow unfolding of our own greatness and realization of the power that we have within us, or had within us all along? The greatest healing moment you've ever had in your life was brought through the seemingly unfortunate circumstance of pain. So as we all find our footing in these times, may we bless ourselves without cursing the very thing we wanted all along: to grow, to remember, to feel, to see, to hurt, simply so we could be mended once again, exposing the truth of this whole cosmic mystery called life, that we were guided, held safe, loved, and whole all along. My favorite part of that is when he says, the greatest healing moment you've ever had in your life was brought through the seemingly unfortunate circumstance of pain. That is what prompted me to read that to you, right? So when we sit in our discomfort, whether it be in a yoga practice or in the discomfort of life itself, that is our opportunity for growth. And we get to look back on it eventually and say, wow, I did that. I made it. I breathed my way through it. I loved myself through it. Notice here if you have enough space to let your forehead rest on top of your block at this point. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. The block could be on its tall setting, but I would love to offer you the opportunity to let your head be supported. I'm going to be here for one more minute. Use your breath. Notice what's coming up for you. It's okay. It's temporary. Okay, and start to make your way up, nice and slow. And when you come up, maybe even pressing and puffing your chest out a little bit, you might feel the sensation in the opposite leg. Yeah, she was like, ooh, I feel it. Okay, and then you could either press back into downward facing dog. Actually, let's not. Let's just roll onto our, oh yeah, that's the way. Roll onto your booty and then counter pose, rock the legs from side to side. Yeah. Annika, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want, sister. Sometimes downward dog feels really good after pigeon, but for whatever reason, my body just wanted to, it's because I'm tired. It's because I don't want to hold myself up. I think that's what it is. Okay. And then again, like just shimmy, pitter patter. I don't have a better term for that. Pitter patter works. Okay. And we'll take the second side. Okay, maybe the downward dog does feel good. Now, is it just me, or are you guys not wanting to eat very much in this heat? Right? It's just so hot. And my little baby body really needs the food. I know. My little itty bitty body really needs the food, but I have no appetite. It's just so hot. I tried to eat before I came, and it just wasn't working out. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm not having dinner tonight. I mean, I'll eat when I go home, but it'll just be late, you know? Because by the time I get home, it's 9, and I have to stop and get cat litter. All right, so however you want to start, if you wanted to start on your forearms, you can. But whenever you feel like enough space is created, go ahead and shift that position to, because it could either be the block at the high setting with your forehead on it, or if you wanted to start that way, you could. You don't have to start on your forearms. I kind of like to start here just so I can notice what's happening, and then I shift around a little bit. So again, just thinking about what are those things that are causing discomfort in your life, but are also the blessings that are like the fuel for the transformation to happen. When I am unsure about how to go forward, help me prepare for my new stage. Help me trust that I will love myself through it. Encourage me even when the time is optimum to let go of what has passed. I think when we're shifting and changing sometimes, maybe I'll speak for myself, when I'm going through big transformation, I find myself gripping a little bit to the things that I'm afraid to let go of, because it causes anxiety, the unknown. But I also find that when I trust with all of my being, when I really trust what's happening, there are some pretty amazing things on the other side that I get to witness and be part of and to feel. And so it's a really delicate balance between trusting and being the creator of what's happening, right? Using your free will versus allowing the divine to work, to do its work. There gets to be both, a little bit of both happening there. And trusting that the people, the situations, whatever it is that you're potentially afraid to let go of, also trusting that they get to transform too. They're on their own journey too. Especially, obviously, if it's a person, right? They're on their own journey too. And eventually, or potentially, eventually, they'll come back to you. Or you'll come back to them. I definitely find myself in that kind of situation. Of the trusting and allowing. Trust and allow. Good. Notice if you've created enough space that you want to change your positioning with your upper body. I'm going to rest onto my block with my forehead. Our heads weigh like 15 pounds or something? I don't know. Again, I'm not sciencey. They weigh a lot. 10 to 15 pounds. I think that sounds right. And so it feels so good in my body to just let it rest on this block. Notice your breath. We're almost done here. You're doing so good. Okay. We're going to slowly begin to press up. And if you wanted to take a moment here to kind of puff, that's what I call it, puffing the chest. Take a big breath. You might get some sensation in that opposite leg. Holy smokes. I'm tight. I'm really tight. And then we'll roll out of this. Oh, 100-year-old lady. Yeah. Ooh. I don't know. Maybe a 100-year-old lady's feeling pretty good. Maybe she did a lot of yoga and she's like, I got this. Me too. Me too. Have you ever seen that woman? She's been on the cover, or she's been in Yoga Journal, and she's 100 years old, and she still practices yoga. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what her name is, but I can see her image very clearly in my mind. And I know that she's either been on the cover of Yoga Journal or she's just been featured, but she's been talked about a lot for her age and her level of activity and mobility in her yoga practice. Yeah. Right? I believe that with the right kind of nourishment, physical practice, and spiritual practice, that we could live to be 100 or more for sure. I really do. And I think that as humans evolve, we might even evolve to that longer. Yeah, I know. I know. They're saying that like 120, like, yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, if you wanted to live that long. If I can do it. Well, right. And so that's why we're going to keep doing yoga. That's why we're doing yin. Not power yoga, not vinyasa, yin. Okay, so now we're going to take legs wide here. And they don't have to be super wide either, but whatever feels good and supportive. I would invite a blanket underneath your sits bones. It'll help rock your pelvis forward. So yeah, just sitting like on the edge of that blanket. Yeah, make it kind of thick. There you go, yep. And then sit on that rolled edge and you'll know, yeah, see, they got that pelvis went, yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. Good. Okay. So now you're gonna want at least one block. It could be your bolster. If you wanted to add, like, make it soft and cushy, you could put your bolster across and use that instead. Yeah, I think that's a good plan. So I'm just gonna pretend like this is a bolster. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna grab one. I'm gonna grab this one right here. Okay. Well, it's just this. You're just folding forward. But you could put, a block onto your bolster. And it could be, you know, the tall setting or the lower, whichever feels the best for you. Right, now here, all you have to do is breathe. It sounds so simple, right? Make sure that your hands stay soft, that you're not making fists, right? So the idea here is to keep the hands, the toes nice and loose. Let your face even relax since you're down on your block and nobody can see it. Let all the muscles in your face relax as much as you can. You don't have to put on a show for anybody. When those around me are not eager to know my restored original spirit, soften me with the realization that if I am uncomfortable with my changing, they must be too. Let me be an example of becoming more whole while I am leaving unneeded parts of my previous shape behind. Startle my senses with cellular renewal, awakening my purpose and direction. I think one of the hardest parts about transformation is when the people that you love and care about you don't quite understand what's going on. And they can't quite find the right words to express it, and it becomes a little bit of a rift, right? And it's hard, it can cause a lot of tension. It can cause you to be unsure about where it is that you're headed. But when we tune inward into our compass, our internal compass, which I would name as tuning in to God, if I'm being really, just forward about that. Tuning into God, source, universe, whatever it is that you would tune into. And maybe it's none, maybe that doesn't work for you at all, but just tuning into your inner standing. Because that's really what God is. It's just that inner knowing that there's something far greater supporting you. Right? So when we tune in, we can hear the answers. We can get rid of some of the noise from the external, the doubts coming from other people, or even the internal doubt. People don't have to understand what you're doing, and you get to choose who stays in your life, in your inner circle, and who gets to hover on the perimeter, and who doesn't get to be there at all. Not that any of that is easy, but in order to really step into whoever it is that you're transforming into, or whatever situations might be transforming in your life, you get to do that without people telling you that you shouldn't or that you can't. It is your birthright. The one thing that never changes is change. Be here for one more minute. Start to press up. Nice and slow. You don't have to hurry. Are you guys going to be okay if we go like 5 to 7 minutes over? Is that okay with you? Yeah? Okay. want to make sure that I give you what I intended to give, and I think it's going to put us over a little bit. Okay, so I would like to offer a supported child's pose here. And so your bolster comes in front of you lengthwise. Take your knees wide and take your blanket and put it right here so that you get to rest onto your blanket. Yes, beautiful. And then get that bolster in there. Make sure that your head is fully supported. Beautiful. And then just turn your head one direction, and I'll cue you. I'll give you a cue that you could turn your head so you don't even have to think about it, okay? So we're gonna be here for 5 minutes. Yeah, and so just settling in here, maybe taking what I call the cleansing breath, which is the in through the nose, out through the mouth, just to clear out any kind of like heaviness in the back, the chest, hips. Good. Move me through the dark nights and ease the pain of liquefaction inside the chrysalis. Excavate my soul's gestural poetry and help me find what is next with fluid movement. Unfurl my damp, untested wings and lift my willingness to the limitless skies. Notice your breath. Notice what it feels like to be supported right now. Just to have the bolster and to have the time and space carved out. Notice how it feels to not have to be responsible for anything right now. Check in with your hands and your toes. Make sure you're not clenching anything, your jaw. Just allowing everything to be soft. Now, if you want to turn your head, this is the perfect time to do it. And if you turn it and it doesn't feel quite right, go ahead and turn it back. about 5 more breaths here. That was probably like the fastest 5 minutes there ever was. Just take a few breaths, starting to awaken your body, activating your arms. And you're gonna press yourself up. Right? You're like, no, leave me here. I feel it. I wanna leave you guys there, I really do. But then I wanna go there too, and then we're all gonna go to sleep. And somebody's gotta go get cat litter. Because I've been putting it off for a couple of days now. I really, really need the cat litter. All right. Let's go ahead and come down to our backs. We'll do a twist. I'll give you an opportunity just to kind of like work anything out that wants to get worked out, and then Shavasana. So hug your knees into your chest. There's not a prescription for what we're gonna do here, so just kind of feel into your body, notice what it might be asking for. I'm thinking that it might want to twist if that's good for you right now. If you want a twist, go ahead and take one. What I might offer is to open your arms out perpendicular to your body, cross your left leg on top of your right leg, like you're sitting on the couch, and then send your legs over to the right. And if that kind of twist doesn't work for you, then you could extend your right leg long and take your left leg over the midline of your body as well. I don't like that one. That one's the not good one for me. I don't do a lot of twisting. Actually, doesn't feel very good in my body most of the time. However, twisting is very good for the internal organs. And energetically twisting, we could think of it as like wringing out what is no longer needed in your energetic space. Good, go ahead and take the second side. So take a big inhale and then exhale to bring your legs back up. We do it on the exhale because that's when your abdomen is contracted, okay? And then if you want to switch the legs, maybe shift your hips over a little bit before you send your legs all the way over. This is the side that my body doesn't like to twist on. So I'm not going to do it. Okay, go ahead and come out. And now take anything else, yogi recess, anything else that you really, really need before Shavasana. It is your time to have it. And if you're like, nope, Shavasana is my jam right now, then go for it. But ooh, she's gonna do supported bridge. That's actually really good. I'm calling it out. If you want it, yeah, supported bridge. Good call there. It's Tamila, right? Tamila, is that your name? Tamila, yeah. Good call on the support. I was actually thinking about it at the beginning of class when I had you guys doing legs up the wall. So yeah, supported bridge is the next pose. I lied. We're not going to Shavasana. It'll be this and then Shavasana. And Annika, if you're like, nah, I don't want supported bridge, you can do whatever you want. She's at home. I can't see her, so. I mean, I can see her legs. I can just see her knees. Help me to weave healing medicine with my acquired gifts and experiences. Harmonize my fresh layer with knowing the meaning of this shift. Ease me through the other side and set me down delicately to fully embody my unusual, more me form. Clear me of any blockages that stop the flow of goodness from me and the flow of goodness to me. Salt me with grateful tears and cleansing rain. Bathe me in the distilled waters of evolution. Okay. I'll Let's go ahead and come off of that block. Yeah, windshield wiper the legs. Yeah. And now Shavasana. Yes, put your blanket over your body. Bolster underneath your knees. Get yourself all cozy. I'm gonna turn off that AC because I think we're good. I think we're good now. Yeah. I was gonna play the bowls, but I think I'm just gonna let this little ambiance music ride here. And so here, take a big breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Let your whole body sink down into your mat. Imagine that there is a bright golden light surrounding your body and the space that you occupy right now. It's radiating upon you. It's warm, it's nourishing, and it's filling you up. It's filling your cup, so to speak, with what you'll need to get through this next week until we meet again in yoga. Or maybe it's just going to fill you up until tomorrow. But this golden light is surrounding you. And it almost has this, if you were to imagine that you were moving your hands through it, it almost has this like quality of being able to be stretched and moved, right? And now, imagine that you have the power to send that light outward. And that you can be the reflection for anybody else who might not realize that they too possess this light. Allow your light to radiate upon anyone that comes into your awareness that could use your love, your understanding, your forgiveness, your kindness. Maybe it's you that needs it. Maybe you're just with yourself. Or maybe there's somebody else there. Just pour into whoever it is that same light. Allow them to know that you are a reflection of them, and that your light is their light and their light is yours. Be the light. wiggle fingers and toes, deepening your breath, bringing your awareness back to the space. Maybe reaching your arms up overhead, stretching like you do when you wake up in the morning. And then go ahead and kick that bolster out from underneath you. Make your way up to your seat. Yay, we did it. And I didn't fall asleep. I'm legitimately I'm really tired, you guys. All right. Let's bring your hands down here to the earth and connecting. Tuning in, imagining that we have roots growing out from underneath us, and our roots are just growing deep and spreading wide and connecting to one another. And the three of us here in the room connecting with our energetic roots. And we're sending our roots over to Annika on the Zoom screen. She's in Spokane somewhere. And so just knowing that all of our roots are connecting with Annika and Annika's roots are connecting with ours. Turn your palms up. Inhale to scoop up this good energy. And exhale, bring this energy with you in front of your heart. Share this energy with anybody who needs it and keep so much of it just for you. Thank you for letting me be your teacher today. Thank you also for holding space for me, right? Namaste.